The 2026 NBA playoffs brought the Los Angeles Lakers to Houston for Game 3, giving LA a clear shot to take a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. But underneath the standard postseason tension, this specific matchup highlighted a massive demographic anomaly between the two rosters. Houston entered the night fielding the second youngest starting lineup in the history of the NBA playoffs. This series quickly became a true test of extreme contrast. Pure, raw athleticism going head-to-head against decades of battle-tested discipline. Houston's extreme youth was partly born out of necessity. Their veteran floor general, Fred VanVleet, missed the entire season with a torn ACL. That left a young core completely exposed to the ultimate veteran presence on the other side, LeBron James, the oldest player in the league. The age gap on the floor was so vast that LeBron was actually sharing the playoff court with his own son. It created a literal generational clash on the hardwood. The entire game hinged on whether Houston's fresh legs and speed could outlast a team relying on over 20 years of accumulated basketball IQ. Early on, experience easily won out. The Lakers dictated the pace of the game, keeping the young Rockets constantly reacting to crisp, structured passing. Marcus Smart stepped up as the tone setter for Los Angeles. He read Houston's defense perfectly, directing traffic on offense while acting as a defensive pest on the other end. This careful execution allowed the Lakers to run precision pick-and-roll sets. Jaxson Hayes controlled the paint, catching perfectly timed lobs and protecting the rim on defense. Because Hayes was dominating inside, Houston's defense had to collapse into the paint to help. That naturally cleared out the perimeter, giving shooters like Luke Kennard the space to catch and confidently knock down open threes. This clinical execution allowed the Lakers to build a double-digit lead by the second quarter, effectively forcing the faster Rockets to play at a controlled half-court pace. Houston adapted in the second half. They cranked up their defensive aggression, jumping passing lanes to force the Lakers into sloppy turnovers. Offensively, Alperen Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. started finding their rhythm. They slashed through the gaps in LA's defense and entirely erased that 15-point cushion. The momentum fully flipped. By the final seconds of the fourth quarter, the Lakers found themselves completely stalled and trailing by 3. The Lakers' offense broke down, forcing LeBron James to salvage the possession. He elevated for a heavily contested off-balance three-pointer out of sheer necessity. The shot fell. It locked the score at 87 and pushed the game into overtime. Houston's relentless energy successfully stole the lead, but LeBron's clutch response dragged the young roster directly into high-pressure overtime, a scenario where veterans typically thrive. Once the overtime period started, the margin for error vanished. The magnified pressure immediately exposed the Rockets' lack of late-game playoff repetitions. This diagram highlights how their defense broke down. Instead of staying grounded, Houston's young defenders started biting on fakes and abandoning their assignments. The Lakers didn't panic. They waited for a defender to jump and calmly slipped the ball into open space. Rui Hachimura capitalized on these precise mistakes, repeatedly sliding along the baseline to catch the ball and score uncontested points. Houston didn't run out of breath in extra time. They simply lost their ability to process tactics correctly under the heaviest pressure of the season. The Lakers methodically closed the game out, securing a 3-0 stranglehold on the series, right on Houston's home floor. Raw talent and athletic energy can keep a team highly competitive for 48 minutes of regulation basketball. But when every possession is magnified, the tactical awareness and poise of veterans like LeBron James allowed the Lakers to seize the win as Houston's structure fractured.